It begins with I didn't know she was a princess looking up geometry on Ancestry.com.
Yourself!
And Frank is revealed to have her hiding place within the bookcase.
I don't know what that is.
My reaction to math. Spike the Bog explains family history, like what we never see of him.
Ooh, fascinating.
It's like a game of Jenga. You know this isn't the first time Andrea Libman played Jenga.
Nope.
Looking back further and further on the geology list, Ponko keeps finding connections. She even finds out that I'm related to Abraham Lincoln, which means I'm not a racist.
What? You'll never believe who it says I'm related to!
Oh, you'll never guess.
Nico! My cousin! I can't believe it, you're here!
Couple things. Michelle is going through puberty, so her voice is cracking. Mando please. And also Pinkie apple pie. Oops, let me change the thumbnail real quick.
There. All better.
Does anyone find that Pinkie apple pie sounds like a shipping fanfic? Remember back in my review of Comic-Con clips, I made a bet that this episode was written by either Amy Keating Rogers or Cindy Morrow. I was wrong. Looks like I owe myself $2,000. Oh, why I shouldn't have.
The strong one?
Do you even lift?
I love the smell of apples in the morning.
You smell that sweet apple air, Pinkie Pie?
I smell Coke. Wait, what?
That was rhetorical.
I mean, she keeps us all organized and on schedule and does her own part on top of it all.
Applejack confirmed for best bureaucrat.
I was already super happy as a pie.
Speaking of the Pie family, where the hell are they? I mean, it's not like Sonic Underground, where your mother had to give you away on someone's front porch. Portia, as in Paul Walker's plot device.
I just can't believe we never heard anything about this before.
That's a forum weapon. That line seriously goes with like everything this show introduced after season 1.
Applesauce of the Apple family lineage is a fourth cousin twice removed of the Pie family.
T-hat some Spaceballs leveled family relationship shit right there.
That last bit's awful smudged.
Oh boy, I totally know how this episode's gonna end.
I'd just hate for us to get all excited before we found out for sure.
Religion in a paradoxic nutshell, like none of you second-guessed Jesus' diary, but this also explains why they venture out onto the Oregon Trail. It's been nearly 6 months and I still can't pronounce Oregon. What is wrong with me? Huck Finn and Jimmy Nerdtron then decide to take the yellow brick road to the Apple Store to check Pinkie Zoon's ID number to see if it leads to a long train back to the Macintosh OS.
Are y'all thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, I think so, Brain, but we're already naked.
Has any pony seen my traveling bonnet? Isn't that it on your head?
No.
My grandma in a bombshell. Bombshell? Whoa, shit balls.
Can y'all gather round? I just wanted to say something real quick.
I've had something in my teeth this whole time, haven't I?
No, Granny, your teeth are fine.
Obligatory British joke demeaning them of their oral hygiene. In other words, orthodontist, now. If you want to know why I don't fuck the shut up about orthopedics is because my dentist won't up the fuck shut about it. Appledon wants to demonstrate the better side of her mob family and not display the drive-by shooting part of it because it's totally not normal for families to have their moments. Since Michelle is growing her inappropriate boobers, they might as well actually give them their mark time hearts marks because nothing lasts forever except the earth and sky, which is false, because in 4 billion years the earth is going to say fuck this shit and take a cyanide pill.
Are you sure the wagon's strong enough to hold it all?
Yup.
That moment when you buy like 40 oxen to pull your wagon, but then Inspector Gadget comes along and steals half of them while you're sleeping.
Here today and there tomorrow, wave goodbye to care and sorrow.
You can beg or steal or borrow
On the open road.
No one asks me how I feel about the open road.
apples to the core.
Alright, what the fuck is going on? Are we going over landmines?
WikiLeaks reveals that I cut out the entire song because it has already been expressed by others. Yes, I have listened to that song 4,000 times, and yes, it sounded weird, without the audience orgasming every 4 seconds, like a hoedown.
I thought you said all this stuff wasn't gonna be too heavy.
Big Mac gonna smack the shit out of you. You know what's nice other than ice? We've now gotten through every single episode featured in the Wrath of Khan clips, which means we are now in uncharted territory. And that's when I threw Huckfin out of the window and used Spark Notes.
Just one problem. We haven't got a raft.
Oh, don't worry, I have rafts stashed all over Equestria, in case of raft emergencies.
The old days, we used to use a sap from a sugar pine tree to glue things together.
That is,
Please, Spock, do me a favor. And don't say it's fascinating. No. But it is interesting.
Wait a second!
Are we going to ignore that Pinkie has a photo of Big Mac's ass in her scrapbook?
Applejack, when you're family, you make the time.
Pinkie is best time lord. Our journey at Water Country is underway.
So what you're saying is, if I have the courage to jump, the parachute will open.
Nope.
Whoa! That is deep.
uh-oh.
Don't tell me. There's a fucking waterfall up ahead. Oh, the lazy river splits like a Japanese fork. Well, that's better than that cliche.
Who's got the map? I got the map.
A Black Griffin reference, because giving a friendly shout out to the fans that gave the show its popularity is bad, right? It's like a rock star at a concert telling the audience you guys rock, and then they respond by booing him. Nice job, you asshat.
I summon the
I swear to fucking Christ, that eagle made me laugh so hard I actually laughed. Granny Smythe then shares the story of how she fought in the Great Emu War. When she lived in Australia, emus are close to bald eagles, but then again aren't fucking close. This knowledge gives her a great advantage over the other privates. She elects herself to navigate the raft to bring Jim and Huck to freedom.
Are we supposed to go through a cave?
Ah, don't worry, child. The scariest cave in Equestria was down that other way. Oh, it's a fright, all right, filled with creatures that'll eat you as soon as look at you.
Oh god, it's a brony's lair. Please let's go inside. We'll play Pokemon Snap in the cave. It's probably called the scariest cave because it's inhabited by a thriving population of skeletons. The Apple family was never heard from again. Well, I guess not. Everything turned out fine.
Oh, did it?
Too spooky 3D me. If only I could fucking see it.
Most scary unidentifiable creature ever!
The point was to not show it, to leave it to the kids to fill the blanks. Imagination or something along those lines. I swear fucking Predator was in there.
Of course, I meant to take us through it. Unexpected adventure is good for the soul.
But money can only buy you so many pairs of underwear. Urkeljack then decides to implement chatroom martial law and commandeer this vessel away with her penal codes.
You taught me to trust my common sense.
Best advice ever. This causes a stir-up in the Libyan government, initiating a full-scale riot against its peoples.
And how exactly are you gonna know which way to go?
Damn it, that's funny, and I can't help but admitting it.
So I think we can all agree that from here on out, I should be in charge of everything.
Lord of the Flies in a Chutnell.
Now you fucked up!
What the hell? Eagles seem to be swooping down like a common threat. They're so serious we need some eagle insurance.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell me. We're about to go over a huge waterfall.
Yep.
Sharp rocks at the bottom?
Most likely.
Bring it on.
I don't care if I'm like almost 2 weeks late. That movie is just too important not to reference. Selfie Olympics Equestria 2014. Now in the Duck Phase 2. The finals will be held at the Equestria Games.
But this ship can't sink.
After arriving at George Shelby's plantation, Bill Gates' inventions finally come across Uncle Tom's cabin, where it appears Tom was actually dead all along.
You guys! There's a note!
Pinkie Pie, maybe you could read that one out loud?
Oh, right! Sorry! I haven't even read it yet. I was just looking at how pretty the paper is.
Pinkie is actually being written smartly again. She's still random, but she's got her head on her shoulders and is completely aware of everything on the ethereal plane. She actually contributed to the episode instead of being an annoying comic relief, but you know, onions. Apple Black then relays her sorrow. She cries over how family got wrecked.
It's like I wasn't myself at all.
Oh my floppy. They're becoming self-aware. The Apple family joins an AA meeting and confesses their problems.
I was the pony.
Why the fuck do they even pay a VA to do Big Mac's voice if all he's gonna say is yup and nope? I remember when he actually talked, but then came the Meganing.
Every pony, I think we have to let Pinkie Pie know that even if she does discover that she's an apple, she does not have to feel obliged to consider herself one.
Fat moral, holy fuck. Let me tell you something about it. It basically means that if you're family with someone, it doesn't mean that you have to be known as one of them, like holy pepperoni ravioli.
You aren't just family, you're best friends!
What the fuck was that? Oh my fucking Allah, they actually put Slender Man in My Little Pony. For the record, anyone who says Slender Man is a fucking retard. And for the second record, the fanbase has nothing to do with this inclusions. All of these visual pieces were made by the animators at DHX.
Only one thing's for certain. We are all going to be killed.
Now that's how you run an errand.
Oh please Peter, no. You aren't fooling anyone with your falsetto. They clearly stated at the beginning that Goldie was a she, but when I watched this with a bunch of faggots online I actually thought it was a dude. I'm actually 50% right. Lilo and Stitch then asked Jumba to play Connect the Dots and decide if Pinkie is Experiment 666, primary function, tail twitching and personality detonation. Uncle Tommy's cabin is filled with so much porn that it's impossible to open. You can even hear the bones of his cats being crushed with each trustful charge of his attempt trying to breach the entrance. I could be a fanfiction writer. I'd be great at writing fanfiction. I'd be the great writer. I could retire and do that. I could retire and be the fanfiction writer of this place. You thought I was going to bring back Charles there, didn't you? Well, he's dead. What the Christ on a bike? This guy's got a serious hoarding problem. I'm in hell right now. This is truly the scariest cave in my basement. Fucking amateur.
Well, that was my lunch a couple of weeks ago.
We're gonna learn some new vocab today, kiddies. Annihilation, allocation, and assumption. Goldie Delicious is having her resources be victimized to allocation being placed everywhere. Goldie Delicious is having her assumption action taking power or responsibility over her hoarding. And finally, if you're a little bitch, you're in danger of annihilation, meaning complete destruction. Damn non-90s kids not knowing what Crash Box is.
Am I not an apple after all?
Well, that's just it. I don't know. The page is all smudged.
Wow, so much for having 626 cousins. I can't believe I didn't reference obvious things. Fucking Dusty Cat. And this, two things about this, that pencil is facing the wrong goddamn way in the mirror. And Wings, when McCarthy's older and had her fun, she'll sell out her inventions. So every pony is a alicorn. Every pony is a princess, chuckle chuckle chuckle. And when every pony is a princess, no one will be.
I'm just a little disappointed that I'll never know for sure if I'm a part of this family.
Oh really? Let's see. Mother of God. The Addams family then still inaugurates 3.14 into their family, because no matter what comes out of Big Mac's burger, we're apples, to the core. Finally photobombed all 151 poker mums. Holy shit balls, season 4 villain confirmed. What is this mahogany with a reprise of every single song? Oh wow, nice family bonding time there. You fancy stealing other people's diaries? Google then argues who owns the copyright to this video, when it's completely obvious who does. Bill Gates. Well, at least this episode didn't end with a cliffhanger. Zoe, oh my god, the sun's a cliffhanger. Celestia episode confirmed.
There's a time and a place for mucking around.